I just finished making a video on about my opinion on pregnancy books and prenatal classes, and now I'm making a video about doulas and epidurals, anesthesia and all that stuff. As I promised, from the very beginning I didn't want an epidural, and that might seem crazy for a lot of people just because a lot of people don't understand why I want to go through the pain if I have an option not to. And it's not like I want to go through the pain or anything like this. It just would be crazy. I don't want any pain, but I do prefer unmedicated childbirth, just because I don't want any intervention of anesthesia or anything like this that will make me sleepy or my baby sleepy, or just the possibility to have any side effects. I tell you that if I had like 100% certainty that there are no side effects whatsoever, and it's just all good and all that stuff, I would probably do that. But the thought that something goes into your spine, plus I do have spine problems, and then well, epidural is painful by itself. So for some people it's not, for some people it is, and for some people it's a little bit longer recovery, like not as long as after C-section of course, but just a pain in low back for several days. And for some people it's not, it also can be different, and I don't know how it will be for me. I know that side effects probably not so dramatic, because almost I think 80% of the women right now this time getting an epidural and their babies are totally fine, and I'm not against it. I just personally myself prefer not to get one. And so like I respect people's decision on whatever they want, and I'm not a judge to tell anyone what to do and how to give birth and how to bring up their children. So if it's fine with you, that's good. I just didn't want and don't want to get one, and I knew this like from the very beginning. I would not want this numbness in my legs and all that stuff. I just don't, and I didn't change my mind on that. And I think that and a lot of people commented, or a lot of people told me that it is 21st century, why would you want to do this? It's so painful, it's crazy painful. And I know it is, I know it's painful. I don't know how painful it is because I've never experienced that, and we all know that people who never gave birth, or maybe and even our husbands and men in general, will not understand the pain of contractions and of labor just because they never experienced that. And I know it is painful, I just don't know how painful it is, and can I handle this pain. I hope I can, but again, who knows. And I'm open-minded about epidural. I it's not like I said no, I want only natural childbirth and no epidural at all. I'm open-minded to epidural. If during the pregnancy or during the labor I feel like I need an epidural, I will ask for an epidural, and I think that's totally fine as well. A lot of people told me that this is 21st century and why would you do that? And I just think that thousands years ago again and 100 years ago, women were giving birth naturally, unmedicated, and they were fine, and I think it's good. I think God created it that way, and I think there is some kind of beauty in it. When I say like if thousand years ago women did that, we can do it right now, I don't mean like everything should be like at that age and we should be like cavemen when we have all these conveniences and all this technology and all this medicine. I think that technology and medicine came a long way, and that's wonderful. I cannot imagine myself being without a cell phone or without internet, and I think we have a lot of wonderful stuff going on right now, but again, there are pros and cons to everything. There are things right now that really help us and they don't cause any problems or damage or anything like that, but there are also stuff that do that, and I'm always trying to use and buy stuff that has less of side effects and less of all that kind of damage, and I always read about this, and I just think there are pros and cons to everything. Even food right now is not as organic as it was 1,000 years ago, like 100 years ago, and that's totally not good, because it's just not good for our health, for our babies, or for our children. And there are countries that have more organic food than America does, and I mean, you know what I mean. There are pros and cons to everything, and as I said, I think that how women were giving birth 100 years ago is better personally for me, but the thing that we have microwave ovens right now is better than 100 years ago when people didn't have, and here comes our doula conversation. Doula for me is like epidural, only natural. It's like natural epidural for me. I will honestly say that when I got pregnant and Daniel came home and he talked to one of his acquaintances, or who he and his wife, they have 2 children, I think, and he, like first child, they were giving birth at the hospital with doctor and all that stuff, and second child was born, I think, at a birthing center with the help of midwife and doula. And he said that he loved that experience, and his wife, obviously, they loved this experience, and they would recommend this versus going to a regular hospital or using just a regular option. And he he was just sharing the stuff about doulas, and I've never heard about doulas like in my life. I've never heard because I was probably wasn't interested in all that pregnancy stuff before I got pregnant. So Daniel came home and he told me about doulas, and I didn't say absolutely not. I didn't say I will not hire this, but in my mind I kind of, as if I knew and didn't have any doubts, that I will not hire any doula because I didn't think I need one. I didn't seriously consider a doula, and I don't know, I thought people do this without doula and I can do this without doula. What's the big deal? But then, like recently, I've read plus you will have to pay them extra money, and who needs that? So I just never considered hiring one. And then I kind of, again in my books, I kind of read about doulas, and I read what people say about doulas, and no one ever said like my birth experience was great except for the doula. Like I didn't even need her help or anything like that. And doulas, by the way, for you guys who don't know just yet, is a trained person who will support you during the labor and postpartum. So she will kind of massage you, she will change your positions if needed, she will help you, she will attend your birth at the hospital or at home, wherever you prefer. She will help you with initial breastfeeding, and if you in the hospital, she will, and if nurses suggest to do something, she will explain you pros and cons of whether you need, and it will be your decision to do that or no. She will just explain you pros and cons on that. So that's kind of doula's job. And well, after I read everything, I really thought that I could benefit from it, especially if I want unmedicated childbirth. It's probably least likely that I will ask for epidural when doula is with me and can make my experience easier and better. And yes, I probably can be without a doula, but and maybe I will be fine, but I don't wanna hope for maybes and all that stuff. That's why I think it's better just to have a backup. And I think with doula it's just my experience will be much better, and I don't want to ruin my first birthing experience. Since we want to have 2 more kids, I talked to a couple of doulas on the phone. We met one doula that I kind of liked on the phone. We met with her and we interviewed her, and we really liked her. And her job is she will come 2 times before my labor day, and she will talk to us what I like, what I dislike, what I'm comfortable with, what I want, what I don't want, so that she kind of knows me better, and we could be comfortable with each other. And from the day we hire her, she will be available 24/7 on the phone. I can call her, text her, email her, all that stuff, and she's day or night, she will be on the phone with me. And on the labor day, she will come to our house, and she will help with everything, and then we will go to the hospital, and she will be there with me the whole labor and delivery time and couple of hours postpartum, so she could help me with initial breastfeeding, latching on, all that stuff. And then she will come to our house 2 times as well, in the first months after delivery, and in the second, or whenever I need her to come. So, and prices on doulas vary from about $500 or $600 to $1,000, or maybe a little bit more than $1,000. It's I'm sure depends on the experience of a doula. Some doulas have more experience, and some doulas just starting, so it all depends. And of course it depends on the area where you live in. And and I think that also because she will help me with initial breastfeeding, it will be easier for me. Breastfeeding is not as easy as it may seem. I, for example, didn't know that when you breastfeed, baby should be in like straight position, and he should, and the nipple should go last in his mouth. I thought you just put your baby to the nipple or to your boob, and that's how it goes, but it's not. So a lot of my friends and family members have problems with breastfeeding, and they unfortunately had to stop breastfeeding because of some kind of infection or bleeding or that stuff. And well, I found out that it all can be prevented. Well, it just depends. So I think I will definitely need help at the beginning, and there are lactation specialists and all that stuff, but I mean doula is not lactation specialist who specializes only on breastfeeding. Of course, more knowledgeable, but doula can help with initial breastfeeding, and maybe it will eliminate a lot of problems. So I think that's wonderful. And plus, if you count all the money that you will spend on the formula and all that stuff, but you want to breastfeed, for example, it's better, I think, to invest in lactation specialist or in doula at the very beginning, because it just will be cheaper than all these formulas, than to buy all the formulas. So that's kind of my thinking on doulas and epidurals. So again, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.